EDC23 versus EDC37. I'm not going to get into unboxing and that nerdy level of stuff for you, but the first thing I'll tell you is that if you don't believe that an 8,000 lumen strobe light is the #1 selling point of this light, it might not be for you. So I've carried this 23 for about 7 months now. This is 2500 lumen, and as far as its different power settings, we have 15 lumen, 65, 200, and 1100. And then its strobe function is 2500 lumens. This is 8,000. 2500 is a lot. If you've ever played with one, it's not even the kind of thing you want to test on yourself or a friend, unless you're a dick. But 8,000 lumen strobe. But the normal power settings for this one are a little higher. Well, they both have 15 as the low, and then 100, 400, 1500. The search function is 3000, and then, like I said, it has the lumen shield, which is the 8,000, and the strobe is also at 8,000. So this thing gets very hot. You have to have a purpose for this, I would say. Not necessarily a purpose, but an understanding of what you're getting into with this light. I think it's phenomenal. And if you even with this at lower settings, it's typically where I use it. But to be able to blast out that, I mean, it's insane. I mean, you can blind somebody, disorient somebody with this thing in daylight. So, EDC to me is tactical. What did we need a strobe light for, really? So if you want a strobe light and you know what you want it for, this thing's phenomenal. But like I said, it gets very fucking hot if you keep it on. If you strobe it until the timer runs out, it'll only strobe or run the lumen shield for like 8 seconds or so, and this thing will get smoking. Not smoking literally, but I've seen people show where it's burned clothing, because they stuck it in their pocket or whatever. So it's not something that you can run high speed, low drag all the time. But for my purposes, and what I've used this for primarily, are usually in the 400. I'm giving a comparison on this one. I use this at 1100 usually, or 200. It varies, but so a lot of people said this was too big to carry. Size-wise, it's a little chunky. This weighs about 3.5 ounces. This weighs 7. I've carried this daily for 7 months. And even this, being what it is, I carry it on my inside pocket here. I don't feel this. I don't notice it at all, to be honest. And maybe it's because I'm used to this, but that's what it is. So this is 130, 139. It's not a cheap, light by any means. It's not waterproof. People have gripes about it and, whatever. But for me and what I do and whatnot, I think it's phenomenal.